Will Doctor Doom be playable in Marvel Rivals anytime soon? Well, let's talk about it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Marvel Rivals video. And today, simply put, I just kind of wanted to talk about, if and when Doctor Doom will be playable in this game. It has been a bit, it's about to be a year coming up pretty soon, and Doctor Doom is still the main antagonist of Marvel Rivals. He's still the one behind the scenes kind of pulling the strings and making us fight in terms of the lore. And well, pretty soon, Avengers Doomsday, if it doesn't get pushed back, will be releasing in 2026. I think it's December though, so it's still gonna be a bit. However, I do think Doom shouldn't stay the pure antagonist of Rivals. Rivals is just a multiverse kind of game. There's hundreds of Marvel characters that they can choose from, whether they want to do an OC villain or just choose from, the hundreds in their library. I think they can. I think it'd be really, really great to add him into the roster. Many people have wanted to play with him, especially when the Fantastic Four came out. Just having a team of the Fantastic Four and Doom would be actually pretty cool. You could have team up with them. I think that would be pretty neat. And I don't think it's too far-fetched. I don't think Doom needs to stay the main antagonist for Rivals. He is the guy pulling the strings. I guess him and Doom 2099, obviously. But there's nothing really specific to Doom that is keeping him from not being playable. Sure, I guess that character in terms of lore has kind of been in this powerful position before to where he could be doing what he's doing. However, I still think there's hundreds of characters you can choose from. You can even make some OCs to be the main antagonist, so that way you can, make certain villains playable, and I think that's fine. I don't think anyone should complain if the main antagonist, who you only see in lore and like sometimes the videos that they release, there's just kind of no reason to kind of complain, in my personal opinion. But when Doom does inevitably become playable, I think it'd be pretty cool to have him as a tank. I mean, he's just obviously ginormous in the art that we've seen. I'm assuming when he gets released, they might semi-shrink him down. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of thinking about the recent Iron Fist artwork that they released with the lore. He's pretty big there. Although I could be wrong. I'll have to maybe edit myself and kind of talk about how I was wrong about that. But regardless, I still think it'd be really awesome. I mean, he just is oozing pure Vanguard tankness. And I think it just would be so fucking cool, man, to just, have Doom with his magic. In terms of like exactly if or when this would happen, I honestly do think they could time it with the release of Doomsday. If that film is delayed, potentially he could be pushed back. But at the same time, I don't exactly think it's super important. I just think it would help a lot of people want to jump on and be like, oh, I can play as Dr. Doom. And who knows, maybe they could even release a Robert Downey Jr. skin for however he looks in the film when it releases. And I guess it's also a pretty interesting topic where it's like, will potential other characters that we've seen in the lore be playable? More so, I guess, is Null, because he's kind of one of the main characters that we've seen constantly since the beginning, who is still not playable. And I mean, while Null would be interesting, I don't really think it's necessary. I still think it's okay to include characters in just the lore and the stages and not be playable. But I think when it comes to pure popularity, obviously Doom is just one of the most iconic Marvel characters and villains in the Marvel universe. So of course it makes sense for him to be playable. And who knows, man, maybe when Doom, when he is inevitably inputted into the game, that whole kind of controversy of them giving the green light to potentially do OC characters for this game, maybe it isn't just a new playable character. Maybe it is a new antagonist that we could follow through the future seasons coming up. And again, I think that's totally fine. I think it's always fun to add to the Marvel lore, especially in a game where it is heavily tied to multiverse. It's essentially endless possibilities. And that's how really cool characters are created. I mean, again, like, I know she gets a lot of flack, but Luna Snow was an original character for a mobile game, and now she's in Rivals and she's massively popular. She's even appearing in mainstream media now. She just was recently in the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show. Sure, it was just a 1 second cameo, but regardless, I think it's pretty cool. I guess it's interesting to think of when Doom does arrive, like, what would his play set be and exactly how would he play? Because, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm not the biggest nerd when it comes to Doom, so I don't exactly know what he could bring to the table, except for the things that I've seen in just like movies, comics, and shows that I have seen personally. But let me know y'all think down below in the comments. Do you think Doom is inevitable to be coming in? Do you think he will be a tank, DPS? Somehow will he be support? I think that'd be pretty funny. I think though definitely Doom is a safe spot for tank if he's ever to arrive. And who do you think should pick up the mantle for the main antagonist when it comes to the future of Marvel Rivals? Will it be an OC character or will it be an already existing character? I guess you could probably think of Thanos, and I think Thanos would be kind of cool to think of, but at the same time, I really would like him to be playable. And I think we're kind of past the whole hype era of the Infinity War saga, so he doesn't really need to be the main antagonist. Just have him be playable, have him have the Infinity Stones in his arsenal, and I think it'd be a really, really fun time. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.